What is up, Zodiac Chatline fam? It is Friday, November the 15th, 2024. Yes, that's where we are, guys. November 24th. Here shortly, so we can enjoy the full moon with you guys as soon as it works. Like now. Hey, look at that. Hey, girl.
Hey, November 2024, if you say so.
I mean, yo, when I say January was yesterday, it was like yesterday. But hey, time is an illusion. Is it really November? Who
I
knows
don't know.
anymore? The fact that we have, lived through so much, girl. Anyways, Cassie, how have you been enjoying this lovely full moon?
I'm actually feeling good this full moon. I am a Taurus rising, so and I have predominantly Cancer placements. So I love all of this full moon energy and um it's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm at the fuck it stage. I'm at the fuck it stage, and that feels like a good place. How about you?
Well, I have definitely enjoyed this Taurus full moon. Self-care was number one on my list of things to do. We'll definitely talk about that later, but that was one of the main things that I was focused on this evening because, as Cassie said, life's been life in the past couple weeks, and um, living in the age and the world that we live in where there is so much that comes at us, whether it be on social media and the news from coworkers, from family, like there's just a lot that's been coming at you, and just being able to take a moment for yourself is always, especially this time of year where Cass and I both live. The weather's finally getting a little chillier, even though global warming's still happening. We're realizing it's now getting a little chillier. But yeah, I am a Cancer rising, so any moon is mine too.
That's right.
So it is what it is. But we are still actually in Scorpio season, guys. And I'm pretty sure that we also all feel like we're a little bit in Hades in some sort of weird way. And Pluto is in control because of just life. But the full moon today, as we know, is in Taurus, and it is called the Beaver Moon. And I was just chatting with Cassie about this earlier, and there was very duality to this moon, if you will. It has been known that during this time of year, beavers use this time to harvest all and store up for the winter, which makes a lot of sense. We are going into the colder months. Everybody likes to store up for the winter. But it was also a prime time for fur trappers to trap beavers and use them for fur. So it's kind of like how the beavers were trying to stave up for survival, and yet while being hunted at the same time. And that's a really interesting dynamic if you just let that simmer for a minute. But while we do that, Mercury is still hanging out in Sagittarius. So, spice of words. Who knows what it'll be said? And it will retrograde towards the end of the month. So, okay. Venus is in Capricorn. Not really sure how that's going for anyone. I mean, hopefully you're making money.
I was gonna say, yeah, I hope your checkbook is enjoying this time of year.
Get them coins up, get that bag up. Mars is in Leo, shining like a bright star and having a great time.
Fucking with everybody.
Uh, Jupiter is retrograde in Gemini, so okay. Saturn, of course, joined the full moon today, and it went direct finally in Pisces. So I think that's good overall. I think Saturn is, of course, everyone knows the planet of karma, and it does let you know that it is around. And so I think whatever lessons you learned, really behind kind of karma, I think for some people, or just lessons behind structures and authority We will continue to see that in Pisces. It may not be real because it could be an illusion. Uranus is still retrograde in Taurus. Neptune is still retrograde in Pisces. Pluto is in Capricorn for 4 more days, y'all. 4 days. That's it. That's it. So every cardinal sign, especially Capricorn placements, you know what? Pat yourselves on the back.
You
You
made it.
getting a break. You getting a break. Now, fixed signs, Aquarius placements, and fixed signs, buckle up, buttercup. Because for the next 20 years, it's gonna be us, y'all. And I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm at an age where like I'm with Cassie, put it in a bucket and fuck it. So Pluto and Aquarius, moving into Aquarius, I know you guys have heard a lot of people talk about it, and that is probably one of the biggest um transits that is happening in our
Lifetimes.
worlds today. Yeah,
Yeah.
really in our lifetimes. We were all around for Pluto to go into Capricorn, which was in 2008 when, of course, the legendary Barack Obama was elected. And we lived through that 20-year cycle. And so now we are moving into Pluto and Aquarius, and that is a very different beast from Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto and Aquarius does look for community and humanity, and I have seen a lot of community be forged in this past couple of months and coming up. I think everybody is really finding what real community looks like and who is actually a part of their community and what is a safe space. And I think that white people are having a real reckoning with what community looks like to them. Full stop.
Yeah. It's we had speculated for many months, ever since July, really, when Vice President Harris became the presumptive Democratic nominee. We had a show that day, the day that Joe Biden dropped out, and had speculated or kind of discussed how her as a candidate represented, this ushering in of like Pluto and Aquarius. And I think that it is, um, you know, looking at this election and it happening right at the tail end of Pluto and Capricorn is sort of fitting because it is like the last fucking just dredges of Pluto in Capricorn and that it's satanic energy. And also, to your point about community and building community and thinking about it, I think what I've been thinking about a lot is like it was never going to be this structure of a president or a king or anybody that's going to save us. Pluto and Aquarius is about us coming together and saving each other and figuring out what community is. And also, I think, I think it's going to be interesting to see over this transit of Pluto and Aquarius how social media evolves, because social media is so self-centered. It encourages people to be narcissistic, to focus on themselves. And even though in ways we can connect with each other, we're mostly just seeing ourselves reflected back at us via the algorithm. And I think it will be interesting to see how I my loose prediction is that we move away, generally speaking, by the end of this transit from social media as we know it now. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the circumstances of Earth may just force us to be more in close community with people who are in close physical proximity to us, because that just might be all we have. But we shall see. But I don't think it's going to be
No,
influencers
no.
and
I think that was a very fully formed Pluto and Capricorn trend.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it, the Kardashians became very famous during that transit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very, and it started with a lot of selfies and a lot of like, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think also what really helped or really helped social media was the pandemic. And because we were so physically disconnected from each other, socially and through the internet was the best way that I think a lot of people found how they could express themselves to anybody in the world and find community and connections. And I think that I have noticed that a lot of people have really questioned their parasocial connections and the
Mm-hmm.
connections that they've made with these creators, and like, oh my god, I can't believe this person believes this da, 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 da. And it's like, you know, when you're in real live community with people and you get to be in their presence and you really are building something, that makes a difference
Yeah.
than, you know, somebody, you know,
Likes and reposts
yeah, or,
and
you know, or
comments. Yeah.
lip syncing and doing a dance. Like, so I agree with you. I think Pluto and Aquarius is going to be unpredictable, as as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that everyone's best goal right now should be to find community within themselves and what that looks like in real time and in real life, and finding people that are of like mind. And it doesn't mean, and I'm saying that across the board, because even the people that supported DT45, they were felt like they were in community with each
Yeah.
other, and that's their community. And I think that a lot of them are like, wait a minute, I maybe, but again, you have to really interact with people in real life to
Yeah.
understand what that community looks like. So
I'm gonna throw
I
a hot take out here too and say
ah!
I think we need to try to find ways to be in community with people who are not like-minded also, if it is safe for you to do so,
mm, mm.
because it's not safe for everybody. And like, you know, we mayonnaise colored people of the world, it is incumbent upon us to try and get our people fucking together, man. Like, we're frankly, like, you know, we're not historically good at this. Like, we, you know, at least in the history of the United States, as a good example, have prided individualism and conquering over building and sharing and connecting. And we need to find ways to do that. And maybe we can bring people's hearts and minds to a different spot by finding ways to be in community with each other. Um, and it should not be incumbent on Black people or brown people or indigenous people or people of any other non-mayonnaise flavored community to do that work. And until we figure it, you know, I, I don't, we don't get out of this without, it's all of us or it's none of us. So like, we've got to figure out a way to get it fucking together.
Yeah. And for real, y'all got to figure out a way, because Black people, they
Oh
say
no.
we not doing shit for y'all no more, especially Black women. And I am here for the Black woman season of
Yep.
rest, soft life. So, you know, don't ask me how to do it. Like, it's, what do you mean? You're asking me how to be a good person. That's basically what you're asking me to do. You're
Mm-hmm.
asking me to go, how do I be a good person? You mean, how do you just judge people based on who they are? I don't know. You tell
Mm-hmm.
me. I don't know. Um, and you are very correct about safe, which is why I have a rule, and I will say this out loud. And Cassie does fall into this rule, so it doesn't matter. But am not friends with any kind of palm color people, I don't think would beat up other palm color people. And that would be like if I'm anywhere with that that palm color person and somebody act out of pocket that's palm color, I know that palm color person ain't gonna let that go down.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's what you, in general, that's what you want to, you want to know that you are in community with people who will defend and protect you because they love you,
Mm-hmm.
not because you look a certain way. So
100%.
that's my rule. And if I don't feel like you gonna get down with the get down, cool, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all right. But
It's it's been interesting to watch this reckoning with like white liberals who are like, I want people to know that I'm not a Trump person. It's like, oh, so you don't want to be judged by your
on the
appearance, your skin color, huh? Yeah, that does not feel good, does it?
what,
Like,
I want to be able to wear a hoodie and not feel like I'm a criminal because I love my hoodies. It's hoodie season, like.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there are terrible people all over the world.
Yeah.
There are terrible people of every race, creed, sexuality, gender. There are terrible people because they are what? Terrible people.
Mm-hmm.
So I am looking forward to seeing how humanity decides to evolve. And what Pluto says is that you are going to transform. It's not if, it is you are going to transform. So let go or be dragged. It's up to you. Like, personally, I don't really want to be dragged. That sounds kind of
Let it go.
seems kind of counterproductive. But hey, you do you, boo boo. You talk
Right.
to Pluto yourself. Just remember, Pluto and Scorpio is represented by the Death card in the tarot. So do with that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's just quickly talk about the self-care rituals for Taurus moon, because we had talked about it a little bit earlier, but like, Cassie, give me some self-care rituals for today, just to kind of.
Sure. So, full moon is a good time to practice self-care. We're releasing stuff, we're letting go of things at the full moon. But a Taurus full moon is especially great opportunity because Taurus is ruled by Venus, planet of pleasure and beauty, and is Taurus is in touch with the earthly pleasures. So you should give yourself some earthly care. Me, I ate some good food today. I ate out for lunch and dinner.
Oh,
Because
not you splurging, girl.
I also got paid today. So,
Hey, same girl. Hey.
and I worked out. And another thing you can do to prepare for what is to come is get your body in shape to punch racists. You know what I mean? Like,
See, I told y'all.
so what about you today? What are you doing to practice self-care for the full
Um,
moon in Taurus?
I took a nice leisurely shower,
Mm.
girl. Gave myself a little clay face mask. And
Your
I
skin
made
is
me.
glowing.
Listen, girl, we say moisturize, drink our water, and mind out what business. But I also made myself some really good food. I had some grilled salmon, and I had some broccoli and sweet
Mm.
potatoes.
Oh.
So I'm gonna probably give myself a little sweet treat after this because I unfortunately like sweets. It's like, yeah, but whatever. But I was just all about having pleasure, and I'll probably actually sneak outside after this too, just to take a look at the full moon. I had somebody text me
Mm.
earlier. I'm like, "Have you seen it?" I was like, "No," but I know she's gonna be beautiful, so I just want to get a little bit of that energy out there. But I'm with you, and mentally, I'm just gonna kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
Probably do some more, read some more tarot
There
cards or something.
There you go. This full moon is happening also conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus is very disruptive and unusual planet and brings with it kind of a unpredictable energy. And so, I wouldn't be shocked to have that if I have weird dreams. I had weird dreams last
Mm,
night. I'll probably have
mm,
more tonight.
mm.
And just like, you know, I'm a fan in general of allowing your mind to wander down the paths it chooses to go. But I think this can be a good time for that if you feel like you have new ideas, maybe something creative again, like in that Venetian spirit of beauty and art. Like, go jot it down, make a sketch, think about it, let your delulu run free. Like, why not? It's fucking, who cares?
Right.
None of this is real.
No, we're actually an illusion already. This ain't even real. I'm just some stardust, kind of
Right.
compiled together, and what you're seeing is what I've like, apparated for you to see. Like this is how I came.
This is my
So,
glamour. Okay, like this is what we're doing.
glamour charm.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, we had somebody come on the Ticker Talk. This is at Aaliyah Jade 123, and she said her big three, y'all, is a Taurus sun, Aquarius moon, and a Gemini rising. Cassie, break it down for the people.
That is that's a fun combination. That is probably somebody who I'm sure Aaliyah could read you to filth if she wanted to. Probably if
Oof.
she likes you or dislikes you. Because a Gemini rising and like all of those placements are so like
They gonna say what they gotta
they're
say.
gonna say what they need to say and they're not gonna mince words about it. Like I love that. I actually, squares, so Taurus and Aquarius are both fixed signs, and you know they form a plus sign in the zodiac, right? Any four signs of the same modality, um and Taurus and Aquarius happen to be squares of each other, which is not like an agreeable angle. It kind of, they're they're two different ways of being fixed, right? But that said, I think that a Aquarius moon gives some discernment and some critical thought to a Taurus sun's um, very hedonistic is not maybe the right word, but
Pleasure seeking. Yeah,
pleasureful
that's
and
what I was gonna say.
pleasure
Yeah.
seeking
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. And the Gemini rising is just kind of like
Out
an
of
element
control.
of chaos.
Out of control. And I think for somebody with a Gemini rising, but those two very fixed placements, it is very difficult. Like they're like so outwardly friendly to everybody that they meet that internally they're like, I need a nap and some food, and like
Yeah.
I need my alone time. And this is a person that, while I think can be social on a surface level, it takes a lot for them to actually like want to be social with you on a real in-depth level. And I feel like this person has like people that know her and are like, oh my God, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like they don't know her. Like they're acquainted with her, but they don't necessarily know her. And like she probably has maybe a handful of
Two
friends
real friends, right?
that
Like two
that
to
would have even
five.
been to her house.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think I agree with you on the discernment, and I think that's why it's interesting for somebody that is a Taurus that does feel deeply, even though they will never admit that to you, to have the detachedness that comes with an Aquarius moon.
Mm-hmm.
I think her and I would actually be really good friends. I think we have a lot
I
of
feel like we
compatibility.
would be friends
No,
too.
you
I
guys would be
love
like
being read for filth.
besties. You guys would be besties, but I think she'd be like, "Oh, you cool too." I'm like, "Right, right. I see you, homie." But I will say, since Pluto is moving to Aquarius, for so that Gemini rising, so that would put her moon at, so that would put her
12th house
sun
moon?
in, no, 12th house moon would, no, 12th house sun, because they're
Oh, yeah.
Gemini.
Yeah, 12th house
12th house
sun.
sun.
And her Aquarius moon would be then in the ninth house?
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it would definitely be, yeah, it would be the ninth house. Um, so I would say, girlfriend, relocate or travel.
Yep. Yeah.
I
Be
would say,
prepared to
yeah,
expand your mind
yeah,
and
for sure.
you know, maybe not your circle because we know you keep
No,
your
but
circle
like
very tight,
allow
but
yourself to have very different
mhm.
experiences. Allow yourself to experience different cultures, different people, different ways of thinking, philosophies, or anything like that. Even maybe a different spiritual practice. I would say just keep an open mind for that, and just, keep them boundaries tight, girl. Cause
Yeah, maybe go back to school,
mm,
you know, if or you know, if you've been toying with some kind of educational goal, you know, this coming 20 years, you've got time, you know, but you may find this to be quite a journey in that area of your life. And going back to like what you were talking about with people know, like, this is somebody, I bet you like, Aaliyah, you get invited to so many things and,
never
you
goes.
know, without, with a, well, or does and doesn't take care of her social batteries. So without knowing the
Mm,
rest of your placements, like I'd be curious where, you know, you have
Venus and
Mars and
Mars.
Saturn and
Hmm.
Venus. You know, I would be, because with your big three, no cardinal planets. And as somebody with plenty of cardinal placements, we are so good at saying no. And it's one of my favorite things to do, honestly. But fixed and fixed, I mean, can, but you know, also I think can get trapped by feeling like they have to stick with a group
Yeah.
or a, you know, social circle or something. And so I would just pay attention to that, and
Mm-mm.
no is a complete
Oh,
sentence. You don't have to have a reason.
every time.
And like, if you need to Irish goodbye a situation,
Listen,
do it.
listen. I say, listen, I say no because I can, and I don't want to, and that's okay. And I think somebody like that probably has a lot of people pulling on her energy because she is so fun to be around
Yeah.
when she does come out.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to perform or put on for nobody, child. Just
Mm-mm.
all you are making sure that this part, all of this inner stuff feels good to you. Go with that. I promise you, it will never lead you astray.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we would like to, we're gonna see what you think about that. But again, guys, we have the chat line. If you do want to hit us up, that would be nice. 313-416-9541. We represent the Detroit, Michigan. So of course we're gonna have a 313 number, but like it's free. Just text us. Even be like, yo, what's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Whatever. We don't care. But with that said, we hope you guys have enjoyed us. We will see you for the Sagittarius new moon. But before we get out of here, y'all already know what time it is. What? The earthly version. No. Because we talk about how crystals are of the earth. The eternal crystals oracle cards, in case you want to see.
So
Pretty.
pretty. The colors.
Pretty, all the colors. Yeah, this is a great moon to just, especially you, Aaliyah girl, take a good bath, a salt bath. Put some little things under your eyes, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Just lay there. Put some little essential oils in a diffuser. Girl,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Your favorite
Pamper.
snack. Mm.
Oh, yes, Lord. Favorite snack and a little drink or something if you want it. Whatever your favorite vices are. All those things. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, if you have none, just get a good snack. All right, Cassie, whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's go for it.
All right, guys, what do you think? Dun, dun. Ooh, why is this so on point?
Ooh. Yes.
Okay, guys, so we have Peridot, number 31, which does break down to a 4. Teach, and it is the heart chakra. And a couple of interesting things about that is that in the tarot, uh Taurus is known as the Hierophant or the teacher. And usually Taurus is green with the heart chakra. So Cassie again, all the magical powers. And here we go. Um, it is no coincidence that you're being drawn to the peridot crystal. Peridot is a beautiful green color and associated with the heart chakra. It is also associated with relationships and healing. You are a natural teacher, and you are now being encouraged to use your natural healing abilities, compassionate energy, and love to help nurture and teach others. Being a teacher doesn't necessarily mean working in a school environment. Teachers come in many different forms. Perhaps you're already teaching your friends and family about how to handle different situations. Or maybe or maybe a lecturer slash adult educator or child carer. Whatever form of teaching you engage in, know that your spirit guides and angels are supporting you with this. Your words are very powerful. You have the ability to connect with people from all walks of life and can provide important information to those who need it. You may even be teaching unknowingly through your writing, through your words you speak, through your own positive energy, or even by leading by example. Part of your life's purpose is to heal and teach others. Share your knowledge where you can.
All right. Gathering up my aiolis. Come on. Who's coming with me?
I mean, like we said this whole time. Okay. Guess it was just universe, spirit, everybody wanted to be like, guess what? And honestly, I think that this is the most appropriate. Like, we all have a heart, and nurturing our heart chakra is where we learn to be able to really be in community with others. And a lot of people don't know how to nurture their heart chakra and do not love themselves, and I think that that's a really important part of self-care, is learning how to love and care for yourself, especially if you give so much out to other folks in the world. And so I'll leave you with that.
Hallelujah.
I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Get out, see the moon if you can, wherever you are. I think I'm gonna go take a little peek. But Cassie girl, you know I love you.
I love you so much.
Stay defending us and helping out your melanated brothers and sisters, because we love you for it. Okay, girl, we
Listen,
love you for it. I know.
I'm going to
Cause
do what I
I
can.
know you breaking them ancestral fucking breaking them. I know you are. You doing the work, because we know, you know. And that's the thing. You understand? Like, Cassie's ancestors wasn't the coolest, but Cassie ain't like that. Like, you can change. Anyways,
It's true.
it's all love. We gonna be out of here. We'll see you next time. Peace.